they try to make sense of everything, man, which is a good thing.
Hey, yo.
I did not even think about it like that, dog. Like that's
I
real.
didn't
Like the U.S. started it, so U.S. got through all of its like. I mean, the lyricism and everything, and now mumble rap is in the mix. A lot of different people is trying to like, I don't know, people putting different seasoning on the music.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Hey, we're about to go live. Hey, hold on.
Bro.
We get it. No, it's all good. It's all good. I just wanted y'all to know so we give them an introduction. We could continue the topic we was talking about.
Yeah.
But I just want them to know, you know what I'm saying, that we're going live. So, yo, what's up, man? This be your boy, The Real DJ Show, man. We're right here with another interview right now. You dig me? Playing a radio station style. So, everybody out there, man, make sure y'all tune in. Who we got today? Go ahead and introduce yourself, Kof.
Man, you know the vibes, royalty in the flesh, finesse at its best, voice of the East on the West, man. I'm glad to be international in the building. It's King Kof.
Okay.
Yo. What's up?
We got a special guest right here. You know what I'm saying? All the way overseas right here that's connecting with us right now. And, you know, LA, you know what I'm saying? The internet is a very powerful tool. So let's go ahead and be a witness to this. Who we got in the building right now, man?
Yo, I go by the name of Street. I'm a producer. I've been doing this for a couple of years. I've been a big fan of hip hop. And my dream is to make a difference, man. My dream is to bring real hip hop, mix it with a new shit, and hopefully create my own sound.
Okay. Hey, bro.
I mean, hence the name, that street sound.
That street sound, exactly. What's that street sound?
Bro, that street sound, because I wasn't born here. I was born in Iran. So I'm Iranian originally. So I moved there when I was 15. I had a really hard upbringing. I mean, coming up in Iran and with all the politics and stuff, it's just coming up in the streets. You learn a lot, right?
Yeah.
You learn a lot in the streets than you do in schools.
Yeah.
And then my first introduction to hip hop was Nas and Tupac, right? Like the first hip hop song I heard was "Hit 'Em Up" by Tupac.
What?
So
damn, that's
You had a great intro to hip hop. You had a very good intro to hip hop.
Trust me. So that's my introduction to hip hop.
Yeah.
It's that ghetto vibe and that dirty, grimy sound of hip hop that I like. And that comes from the streets. And because that sort of originates my sound, I like to bring it back, hence the name, that street sound. And obviously put my own twist into it, which is what I really want to achieve, man.
Yes, sir.
I want people, when they hear that sound, be like, oh, yeah, that's that. Did you listen to the links I sent? Did you hear anything, Kof?
Oh, yeah, I heard 13. I heard I Don't Hear You. I got a question about that one as well. I heard all of them. I actually listened to all of your tracks.
Oh, dope.
Man, that's what we do.
Nah, they fire.
Honest opinion, man. What do you think?
Nah, I really like them. I was trying to figure out like your sound. I was like, it doesn't sound exactly like grime, but it also does sound a little bit trap. And then I was like, the flow got an East Coast flow, hence the Jay-Z and the Tupac, with Tupac, of course, started on the East, went to the West. And I was trying to figure out like, who did you get your sound from? It's great, but who did you get your sound from? Like, who did you listen to and like, okay, I'm gonna try to emulate something similar to that.
Yeah, because what I do basically is sometimes as a musician or as artist or as whatever, you don't get inspired, right? It's hard to find. The motivation is always there, fact.
Yeah.
But the inspiration is hard to come. And then that's when I go on Spotify or whatever and then just play a simple shuffle music and just hear things.
Yeah.
Like that 13 comes from, I forgot what it's called, with The Future and Drake.
Yep.
Which one's that one? Come on. Shit, man, I gotta look that up right now.
Nah, but that's a flow that Drake has been doing for a while. And then Drake kind of mimicked that flow from grime music, which is where I was like, okay, I heard a little bit of the grime, but he also mimicked that from like a Lil Durk, a Meek Mills, a Lil Uzi Vert type of flow. So I was like, okay, maybe he has some Philly influence in there. So I was like, okay, I like it.
No, because obviously I'm not the one rapping. I'm not the one rapping, right?
Yeah.
No, the beats.
Yeah, you up there creating.
I found
creating the beats. Yeah.
So the 13 track comes from Jumpman.
Yeah. Jumpman. Got you.
Right? It's that sort of thing. And then the one obviously the one you heard from I Don't Hear You, that's from this cat based in he lives in Oklahoma. So I managed to link up with him through Instagram. So that comes from a Meek Mill sound.
Okay.
Right?
Makes sense. Okay.
That Philly trumpet sound with the snare rolls. So you obviously, as an artist, man, you gotta get inspired by people. I'm a big fan of the US music, though. The US hip hop for sure. That's my influence, always, every day.
Okay.
That's
how it's gonna be, though.
Hey, the way you move too, I see like the way you move. You're serious about your craft.
100%.
I mean? Yeah, 100%. I even seen the way, like even with the interview, you know what I'm saying? Like we've been trying to link up. He like, hey, what's going on? Like even before the interview, he was really like, we on the internet, of course. You know what I'm saying? So you always want to make sure your money going to the right spot, and niggas gonna say what they're gonna do when they do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So even like some of the artists, bro, they don't follow up. Like, bro, he was on me every day. I was up there hitting him back, make sure I didn't miss a call. Trying to call him, he was probably asleep because of the time difference. But even with that being said, I did look, people in the US that's on our time right now, that's even probably 2 hours away. This dude is like 8 hours away. He still managed to get on my live and connect with artists, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I like about producers, because of the thing that producers have, rappers don't got. And that's being humble and actually able to seek talent, you know what I mean? And actually talk to everybody at an equal playing field. Rappers don't have that, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, he's not competition. He's here to help.
Yeah.
He's like, bro, I like the way you were sounding my beats. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you really have to have an ear for music. Like rappers don't even have an ear for music like producers does, bro.
Not many do. Not many do. Not many do.
Unless they co-mingle.
Exactly. That's why I feel like when people got a producer that really believe in them, like a Dr. Dre and Snoop, you know what I'm saying? YG and Mustard, you know what I mean? Like even the way he told me how he hit up Slap, you know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, what the fuck is that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like producers actually see like they could be great A&Rs, you know what I mean? Because they know talent when they hear it. You know what I mean?
My question though, do producers hit up other producers to try to learn from other producers? Like we see how rappers don't hit up hit up other producers like that.
Yeah, sadly, we're gonna go back to the first thing that we talked about. This that ego thing, right? My sound is better than yours. Fuck your sound.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, deep down, we're all gonna learn from one another, right?
Yeah.
We might not admit it, but I won't be here without, say, Dr. Dre. I'm just gonna use him as an example. I won't be here without Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre probably wouldn't be here without Preem. So I mean, so it all connects to one another, and it's that ego thing, man. I'm not gonna hit you up, be like, yeah, I'll fuck with your sound. Your beats are hard, but deep down, I'm like, shit, man. I wish I made that.
Yeah.
It's that, because I was thinking like that young Slap, bro, because he's hard. I was listening to his album and I was like, shit, his beats are hard. But I would rather him using my beats.
Yeah.
It's that thing, but so listening to him, I'm like, shit, man. Yeah, obviously there's a lot to learn from one another.
Right.
That's how it is, man. You've got to learn, man. If you're gonna keep your head down and not listen to anything, you're not gonna succeed.
No, that's real.
How do we break
have
past
to listen? Break past ego. That's especially as men. That's just something that comes with the package.
Yeah.
It's hard to get rid of it, but you've got to be humble, man. You've got to be humble. Like on the side of what I do, basically, I train martial arts, right?
I've seen that.
I was gonna ask you about that.
Yeah, I was definitely gonna ask about that.
That shit teaches you to. The first day I stepped into the gym, I was like, yeah, I can knock anybody out. Right? But then I was confronted by this kid, my training partner, who was smaller than me and really thinner than me, and he kicked my fucking ass.
Damn.
Do you know what I mean? That shit humbles you. And it's the same thing applies to music, I think, right? No matter how good your sound is, how good you think your sound is, but deep down you hear something, you're like, shit, that actually sounds better than me.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But then you've got to be able to admit that. If you don't admit it, you're not going to get past the ego thing. You've got to be able to admit it. Be like, yep, it's better. That sounds better. That kick is better. That melody is better than mine. You got to be able to admit it. Because if you don't, you're just going to keep in your show. And
you're going to stay at the same place.
Hey, my mama. Hey, that's why I'm so comfortable playing other artists' music and doing the radio station. That's exactly why. Because I don't like, bro. Ego is the
kind of the enemy of success.
That's exactly 100%. What the word. You took the words.
100%.
100%. I think you borrowed my brain and actually, like, because those were the words I was exactly looking for. You know where I was going with this.
You good, bro? I got you.
Cope is the enemy to success. Yes. Bro, I'm so amazed because that's the words I was looking for. But yeah, exactly. Not to finish my words now. No worries. Exactly. So having an ego could be the enemy of success, bro. For the simple fact is, bro, imagine if I was just a rapper and I wasn't doing what we doing today, bro. Yeah. Like I wouldn't have been able to connect with you because I was so busy worried about my music. You know what I mean? But now I'm like, hey, bro, I want to see if I could. Like, I kind of use this as my advantage. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even though I'm a rapper, I'm the first dude that can hear a rapper and be like, I don't care how many followers he's got, if his music is dope, I want to get on with you. You see what I'm saying? Like, definitely. It's just like, it gives me the upper hand when it comes to networking, socializing, actually be like, hey, you need to talk to him. You know what I'm saying? He mixes, he masters, he does this. You know what I mean? It's easier for me. And like you said, with the humbleness, some people look at it, oh, you a sucker or take your kindness from the weakness. Yeah. But nah, bro, like when you're humble, it just shows you, you're not claiming to be the toughest dude or trying to put somebody down. It's just like acknowledging the fact of somebody great and you tell them they're great. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That makes you great.
That makes you great as a person because you're so secure about what you do. You're not giving a fuck if you just gave some. It's free. Giving compliments is free. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And niggas look so much at their fucking egos. It was like, nah, I ain't gonna compliment him. He could always use this over my head that I said he was always great. Yeah. No? Like, for me, bro, I like to give people their roses while they can smell them.
That's a fact.
That's a beautiful saying, yeah.
Yeah. Show you said it best, bro. Like, not to cut you all off. Like, Show you said it best. Security is about understanding that having an ego that's too high is insecurity. Having an ego that's too high means that you're saying that somebody else has a bright light is gonna dim your light. Being secure is knowing that you gotta know that I'm the shit. And I'm the shit so much in my own lane that if I shine light on somebody else's lane, it's not gonna make a difference. You gotta have that balance of ego and just that confidence like that. How did you develop your confidence?
Paying respect. Sorry, I just gotta say, you gotta have respect. Respect, man. You've got to have respect to every artist. Whoever sees this video, man, you've got to have respect for your colleagues. Mm-hmm. Facts. I'm just gonna end it on that one. You gotta have respect.
Gotta have respect. Man. Gotta have respect for your colleagues.
You gotta have respect.
That's across the board, man.
Yeah, got to. That's a fact.
Not many people do, man. Like, you walk in the streets, people eyeball you. You're like, oh, what are you looking at, bro? Just chill. Do you know what I mean? We're in this shit together. We're in this life together. We're all trying to succeed.
Right.
So you've got to have respect, man. I don't know where that came from. That had nothing to do with ego, but
no, you good. Nah, respect has a lot to do with ego.
No, it has everything to do with
it. Yeah. Like, because if you're egotistical and think somebody else's light is going to dim yours, then you don't respect yourself, nor do you respect them. So that's all.
No.
Now, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, it wasn't really a part. Go ahead. I was just about to say, you never know who gonna pop because there's so much development. Like, bro, the skinniest person or the fattest person should sometimes be the most muscular motherfucker because he worked on himself. Mm-hmm. So that's just like one comparison. That's all I was saying. So don't be just shit. That's why in my life I don't shit on people. I'm like, your shit weak. I don't say that shit. I be like, keep working. But I do gas or trash where people, if they say it's trash or gas, then it's the people's opinion. It's trash, they say.
Yeah, I realized that night on your live, you played a couple tracks that were kind of but you didn't say shit. You left it to the people. That was smart because I was like, oh, is he gonna say something? Is he gonna say something? Then you didn't. You left it to the people. I respect that. That's
I've been there before, bro. I've been there, so I don't want to shit. Like, bro, I seen Kendrick Lamar, bro, at his weakest points. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, bro, I was there when he was going by K-Dot. Nobody knew his name was Kendrick Lamar. You see what I'm saying? I was there when I was with Top Dog, when Top Dog was just an entertainment. Like, I was there. I seen him performing at raggedy ass spots. And I heard his name, like, oh, that's K-Dot, I seen his album cover. He gave me a CD. I threw that shit away. That shit was shit. That shit was garbage, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't even know if you can find that album. No, that makes sense. It was him, like, when 07, it was like 07, 08. When the, you remember when the cartoon mixtape covers were real popping with people in the grave and shit like that.
Yeah.
He had an album cover like that. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like half man, half bone or some shit like that. And I forgot the name of it. I wish I still had the fucking mixtape. I was cleaning up my room right before he popped. I was like, what the fuck? Get this shit out of here. Dang. Now this dude is the fucking biggest star in the world, bro.
You pulled a Fat Joe on him. Well, Fat Joe did Eminem.
Yeah.
Shit. You regret it now, but you do as well. Shit.
Bro, so let me tell you, when I heard Kendrick Lamar again, right? Everybody like, you heard that new K-Dot? I'm like, hold up, you mean K-Dot from 07? That weak ass nigga?
Oh.
Like, bro, this was like fat, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was, but I didn't know how to be humble. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how to be humble. But the thing is, it wasn't even his music that was garbage. He was tight at freestyling.
Right.
Tight at freestyling. It was just that this music that he was doing at first wasn't the music he's doing now. But like I said, it's a development stage. Man. So like when I ask you about that, bro, let me ask you this, bro. What was your crossing point to your development stage? Were you like, yo, cause I tried to do beats, bro. You feel what I'm saying? I'm telling you from experience. I didn't try probably like a couple of hours. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna say like a day. I know it's a building process like that. Wait, remember I said when you get muscles and shit like that after working out and shit? Like, how long did it take for you to build up where you are today and your confidence?
Basically, with me, when it comes to hip hop, like all my friends, everybody in my crew, we're all fans of hip hop. So when they played me tracks, we're like, oh, listen to this. Did you hear what he said? Back in my head, I'm like, nah, I'm not listening to the bars, man. I'm not listening to the bars. I'm listening to the beat. Like, you missed it. Go back up, like listen to it again. I'm like, all right, we'll listen to it again. This time I noticed something else on the beat. I'm like, bro, I am not listening to the bars. I am not listening to what this man is saying at all. I'm hearing the beat. And it got to a point where I was like, shit, why not me? Let me give it a go. So the first beat, literally the first song I made it to, like, we posted on Spotify, and that's Rich Gospel. If you remember, have you heard it?
Is that the one you played on my live?
I ain't hear Rich Gospel yet.
You have not heard Rich Gospel?
No.
Basically, yeah. So that's the first one we played, because that's the first time I came on your live. We played Rich Gospel, and he fucked
it.
Like, this is different. This is bars. So that's it. My motivation, my inspiration is just listening to other music and be like, yeah, I can make this better. Do you know what I mean? Hearing the melody, I'm like, yeah, that could, if you add this to it, it can sound better. Do you know what I mean? So that's sort of my method of working when it comes to making beats. Hearing things, be like, I wish the producer had done this. I wish the musician would have done this to it. And then I go home and then try to do it. Obviously not successful most of the times, but sometimes when it hits, that shit hits.
Right.
Yeah, man. What was your second question? I missed that one.
Which one was it? I said, when was your transition? Like, when was your transition in your confidence? Like, when did you know that you was like, yo, I'm the shit? Like, but still humble, but you still gotta
I'm not the shit, man. I am not the shit.
Well, let me rephrase that. Let me rephrase that, because to me, bro, I can't make a beat worth shit.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
You don't want to try to make a beat, bro.
Yeah, so for me, bro, when I see you accomplish something, bro, and I see your craft, bro, to me, you the shit in what you do. You know what I'm saying? So that's what, like, when I mean the shit, I don't mean like I'm cocky. I mean, like, I know I master my craft and shit. That's what I mean. Where you like, you feel confident to let somebody else hear your beats. Where you like, okay, I improved. Like,
I've arrived.
Yeah, that's what I mean when I say the shit.
Yeah. To answer that question, man, I'm just gonna say I haven't arrived anywhere yet. I am not where I want to be. The sound isn't how I want it to sound.
Okay.
So, I mean, the mixing isn't how I want it to sound. The production is not how I want it to be. But when it comes to the confidence that I have a little bit is when I play them for other people, they're like, whoa, somebody needs to go on this. Someone needs to spit on this. But then at the back of my head, I'm like, yeah, but no one wants to. Do you know what I mean? Because for some reason, people find it difficult to rap on my beats. I don't know what it is. So that's kind of kicking my confidence a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes I'm like, shit, man, because you make the beat, you're like, and you have the flow of the rapper in your head, right? But the rapper, when the rapper hears it, they don't have the same flow. Unless the guy is, unless the guy has, unless the guy knows how to play with melody. Yeah. But when it comes to people at my level, people who I can get a hold of, they're not very good at playing with melody. They're not at a rapping level where they can play with melody. So that's kind of like, that's kicking my confidence a little bit. And it's obviously hard to get a hold of, obviously, big people, which is one day it's going to happen. But until that day.
I feel like you just got to find an artist on your level that know how to rap with melody. Because rapping with melody doesn't have anything to do with the amount of followers you got. That just has to do with like your skill set. And I feel like what you're doing is organic to your style. Your music is very intricate. It has a lot of different sounds going on. So you got to ride different beats. You can't, I'm not saying that the rappers that you may be getting are basic, but I'm saying they may not fit with your lane. You know what I'm saying? You have a very specific lane. So I feel like just search for those, navigate through this, you know, especially this pandemic time, search for those artists that have that skill set of being able to flow through different melodies. This is the time where you got to listen to the rapper. You listen to the songs for the rapper, not just for the beat, because I feel like you have a lane. That street sound, I do hear a pattern in your production. So yeah, I'll say try that.
Yeah, the tracks that you heard, basically, apart from I Don't Hear You, all be done by this guy called El Mello, which is the guy I'm working with.
Yeah.
Right? He was supposed to be on this live, but I haven't been able, because work, he's not been able to come in yet. So him and I are coming up together, basically. We met about a year ago through this. We went to the studio together. They were trying to get these few creative people together and maybe see if they can hook up. Then me and him linked up. So we're basically coming up together. But in terms of that, that's all good. But it's just a matter of, obviously, you need to expand. Right? You need to be versatile. You need to be finding other people. So that's a bit difficult. But then again, at the same time, with the age of the internet, man, that shit, it's got to happen sometimes, man. But the thing is, like, my sound isn't, like, people in the UK don't really fuck with my sound. My sound is kind of American, let me put it through that way. So not a lot of people in the UK fuck with it, which is also the other hard part of it. Because I'm here, I'm going to the studios, I'm meeting artists. They're like, they fuck with me, but when they hear the beats, they're like, nah, they don't really fuck with the beats. But every time I send the beat to a guy overseas, at the States, they're like, oh, this shit hard.
No, real shit.
Now shit is hard.
Hey, bro, I don't know why, but UK producers seems like my favorite producers in the world, bro. Like, I got a song with Matt Diamond. It's one dude I want to link you up with. He in the UK. Matt Diamond, he's one of the dopest producers out here. Like, y'all melodies, y'all production is different, because it's like, I'm gonna tell you like this, like, even my homeboys from Bahamas, like, these motherfuckers, they don't even sound like they from out of town. You know what I'm saying? They sound like they're American. But what he gave me the idea is, like, people from out of town emulate America. Not in a bad, like, they jocking, but when it comes like to musically, they like, that's what pops. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
So when you somewhere forward, you kind of created your own board, you know, your own lane, and your production probably catered to American people. I'm not saying that you can't get a UK artist on it, but, you know, you probably influence yourself with so much American music. You like, God damn.
That's it. That's literally it. That's literally it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's like, you know, you kind of built your own lane for it. So it's like, for me, I understand it. I trust me, I understand it, because I'll be looking for UK producers. Y'all be fucking with the US, like, on a whole nother level where y'all understand what the shit we need. It's like, damn, the people in the US, not like, some of them we do, like Daryl Dion, he's a real cool dude. He's dope in producing. That's probably like him and Tommy Guns and some more people. Is probably like a couple of other people where I could say, okay, they got some beats. But when I hear a UK producer, I'll be like, God damn. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's where Tekashi get his shit from, UK and shit. You know what I mean? Pop Smoke, he got his shit from the UK. You know what I mean?
Pop, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Rest in peace, Pop. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What do you think of his new shit, though?
Huh?
What do you think of his new shit?
Who?
Shit's heat. Pop Smoke, man, and Rowdy Rebel. Rowdy and Bobby is out of 5 months.
I heard it.
That Jones.
What?
It's heat.
Yeah.
You haven't heard it?
Oh my gosh, bro.
Is Rowdy Rebel out?
No, 5 months. 5 months.
Oh, but he did it in or what?
They did it in a cell. You know, Dave East and Bobby Shmurda did a collab in a cell.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Check it out. What you think? What you think, bro? Street Sound. What you think of that?
But anything Dave East touches, I fuck with. Let me just put it that way. Anything Dave East touches, I fuck with.
I like Dave East.
So King Shooter, basically King Shooter before he passed away. You know King Shooter, right?
Yeah, well, lightly.
So King Shooter was part of Dave East's crew.
Okay.
And he had an album out called Still Outside. He's been on a couple of tracks with Dave East as well.
I probably have heard it, but I'm gonna do my homework.
He's got a super deep voice.
Okay.
All right, King Shooter, look him up. I was so close to working with him, man. I was so close.
Yeah.
And then sadly he passed away. So that was bad luck for him.
Yeah.
As of passing away, rest in peace. He was a cool rapper, man. It sucks seeing artists lose their lives over such a young age, man.
Yeah.
Whether it's natural causes like him or getting shot like Nip or Pop Smoke, that shit. It makes you sad, man.
Yeah, bro.
And it's the good ones that die as well. It's just like, wow.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you a story, bro. I don't think I really told nobody this. And I learned my humble by being around it. Like, you gotta imagine, you got all these artists in the room that's trying to get on. We right behind Nip, YG and Meek Mill. Mm-hmm. But I'm in a group, and me being myself, I like talking to people, bro. But being in a group of 4 other members, not everybody like to do that. You know what I'm saying? Some people are like, no, just hang around the crew, man. You know what I'm saying? But the person I am, I'm like, hey, you see how I am on live? That's how I am every day. Like, if I'm at Jack in the Box or a food spot and I'm waiting in line for an order, you could be black, Mexican, white, Asian. If I'm bored, I'm gonna talk to you. I like talking. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, how you doing today? I'm an icebreaker. You know what I'm saying? So it's been times I passed Nip and I was like, what's up, man? Like, while he was coming up and I was coming up, it wasn't like a hater situation. It was more like, nigga, I'm on my shit, you on your shit. It wasn't like trying to embrace one another. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But not being around the group that I was around, at the time, they wasn't really open to working with other artists and shit like that. I was like, man, it was so, but we got the chance to open up for them 3 times. You know what I'm saying? We got a chance to, what I'm trying to say is I wish my approach was better at the time. Mm. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't always, hey, how you doing? Or, man, I love your shit. I might hear your shit and just pass you up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm on the news and shit, so all the niggas was feeling themselves. But that's what gave me my humble experience because he was a real cool dude. I remember one time, what happened, like the school that he not raised money for, but gave money to and donated, that was the school my mom worked at, you know what I'm saying? And us being from LA, you see these stars all the time, so you're not thinking nobody gonna die. You know what I'm saying? You see, like, when you walk down the street, you see I stayed, like, right down the street from where his thing was. You feel what I'm saying? And my mom was like, yo, Nick gonna be here at the school. My daughter was going to the school at the time. And I'm always so used to seeing him. You know what I mean? This day, I got off work, and I was tired as hell. I was like, man, I'll see him next time. You know what I'm saying? I'll see him next time. My next time never came, bro, but he did go to the school. My mom seen him, my daughter seen him. He gave out Puma shirts to everybody. You know what I mean? So now it's just like, damn, bro, like, you know, I could have said, hey, bro, do good shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could have did more, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know, you got to embrace people while they're there. You never know how great they're going to be or whatever. Just say, if you got the chance, congratulate somebody, you know what I mean? But being a rapper, bro, you never know everybody, the people that they got around them, you never know what kind of intentions they have. Yeah. So it's just like, it's not always the rapper, sometimes it's the crew. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, he's known 60 members. So imagine going up to Nip, you know what I'm saying? The kind of the person I am today wasn't the same person. So you got to pass up a gang of 60s just to get the Nip. You see what I'm saying? But I did meet him because my brother was signed to Unique Music with Nip. He actually got a song with Nip. You know what I'm saying? So I met J-Rock, him in the same room. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't on I didn't have a platform. You know what I'm saying? I was just a rapper trying to get on. You feel me? But I did interview J Stone and DJ Lico. You know what I mean? But it's just a fact, like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I tell all these rappers, be more than a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Because you got more to talk about than your music. You know what I'm saying? You can actually provide a service to more rappers and more people. You get your network out more. You get your name known more. Not for just rapping, but for what you do great in the streets and out of the streets. You know what I mean? 100%. Like, if you got a motivational t-shirt brand for something you live by, put it on the shirt, some motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? People be walking around with your shirt. You know what I'm saying? And they might not know you for the music, but they know you for the inspiration you gave.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a Nip attitude, man. That's what everyone who's not into music fucks with Nip. Only because of that.
Exactly.
If you fuck with him on the music level, I mean, that's different. But a lot of people don't know his music. And they just fuck with his clothing brand and his motivational videos and all of that stuff. Man, Nip was a same with Tupac, man. Nip was a loss. Nip was a huge loss to the music industry and the hip hop industry. Huge loss to the hip hop industry. He could have made he could have changed the whole game. He could have made it so much better than what it is. But the powers that be didn't want that to happen.
Nah, because he was a huge loss to the world, to the hip hop, all that, man. Now, speaking of Nip and how, like, I feel like in like 15 years, 20 years from now, people are going to remember him more as like an activist, more as like an influence to the world than they do as a hip hop artist. But they're going to remember him. Those hip hop heads are going to remember him as a hip hop artist. Outside of production, what do you want people to remember you as?
Just being a good person. Man, the other day I was thinking, if one day, not if, but when one day I get a platform and be able to be at a level where I can have my voice heard, I'm going to try and make a difference in the world, man. One of the difference I'm going to try to make is to try and be a part of ending racism. Right? That shit pisses me off, man. Every time I see it, it pisses me off. Like, I'm obviously not from here. I'm not black, but I've suffered it, right?
Exactly.
Especially coming here as a 15-year-old, not being able to speak English and going to school, people making fun of you. Damn. Obviously, I've witnessed it firsthand and being a victim of it.
Yeah.
My dream is to one day be able to use my platform to maybe make a difference in the world for racism.
Yeah.
Because that shit hurts a lot of people, especially kids coming up not knowing what's good, what's bad. They come up in the world with this young black kid who's like, 10 years old and is suffering from racism. That's not how it should be, man. That's not how kids should grow up. Do you know what I mean? Like, I saw a video the other day of this black girl who was 3 years old, 4 years old, sees a police officer and automatically raises her hand. Right? The police was just walking by. She was scared. That shouldn't be happening in the world, man. That should not be happening. So hopefully one day, once I have a platform to use and maybe have my voice heard, I would love to be a part of the activity to end that kind of shit. I know it will never end. You're still gonna have motherfuckers who's gonna be. I mean, you're always gonna have them kind of people. Always. Of course. They're always gonna be there. You cannot end it, but at least maybe slow it down a little bit and ease it down. That's what I want to be remembered by, man. Some guy, a producer who came up, who was into hip hop, and maybe changed his lane. Had the music on the side, but at the same time was doing activities that would change racism and maybe get rid of it.
That's powerful.
No, I know that shit is impossible.
Nah, bro, it's
super
possible.
Impossible.
No,
it's impossible, man.
I know, but we can at least, like you said, make it.
Hey, but look. The reason why I say it's possible, because you might not be able to change the world with that thought, but you're gonna change some people in the world with the thought that you think. You know what I'm saying? So
isn't that what Tupac said? I
will spark the brain,
but I will plant the seed in the youth to change the world.
Yeah, I will spark the flame.
Exactly. That's how I feel like Nip was a product of Tupac, because that's exactly what he did. I feel like he kind of accomplished. He kind of passed the baton. And he picked up where he left off. Yeah,
because it's sorry. Because I was just gonna say, because racism isn't only about racism.
No.
Right. When racism ends, life will be much easier.
Man.
Just things in general would be easier. It's not just about black and white or Asian or whatever. Oh my God! Oh, look at him. Oh, honey, walk away. There's a black guy coming. Oh, walk away. There's an Indian guy. It's not about that. It's just life becomes much easier. People will be able to progress. People will be able to develop because you have a lot of people who cannot do what they want to do because of their color.
Right.
They might be able to be the next great inventor. Do you know what I mean? But they can't because they're not given the platform because they look a certain way or because they sound a certain way. So I mean, it's not only about racism; it's about people wanting to develop and not having the platform. That's another thing I would love to do, man. Give young artists or young activists just platforms to be heard.
I was about to ask you that.
Yeah.
How do you? Go ahead, bro.
I was just saying, if you ever need help, bro, let me know. I got you.
No, 100%, man, 100%. Because obviously, this is one of the things. Not one individual can do it. It's always teamwork.
Oh yeah.
The bigger the team, obviously the better. But before that happens, someone needs to start the whole thing. I'd love to be a part of it for sure.
Hell yeah, let me know, bro. Because I don't have a produce like. Somebody was telling me I should start a Patreon and have producers beats in my Patreon for rappers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They can pick out beats, and then we still all somehow, get paid, from the group. Because I don't have producers, but I can develop something where I have a radio station. Me and Kof, and my wife, we all partners in this radio station together. We built it from the ground up. So what we do is, bro, we take partners, bro. You know what I'm saying? We might have a producer section on our page where we be like, all right, get the tightest producers put the tightest beats. You could be able to make a network full of producers. We ain't got to do the work all the time. You know what I'm saying? We can provide a service. You know what I mean? But the thing is, you just got to tell me what you want to do. For the simple fact is, I don't know that lane. You know what I'm saying? I know we in your interview, but we still talking about real shit that people could learn from. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's about networking. You're on the other side of the world, but I got neighbors next door I don't talk to.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
So, bro, like I'm saying, this conversation, this internet shit, what's stopping us from doing it? You know what I'm saying? What's stopping us from, you know what I'm saying, showing each other talent? You know what I'm saying? That's why I do what I do, bro. Like when I'm in the live, bro, put some of your beats up in there, like, because I like to change up the mood. I be having like over 100 rappers in there, and I like to have a beat playlist. I like to freestyle over people beats. People be like, hey, who's that? You see, I put their name. This da-da-da-da. Make sure y'all follow him. He got beats for the low, or you know what I mean, or he just want to collab. You know what I'm saying? So. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of person I am. I don't.
Yeah, I'll fuck with your grind, man. I'll fuck with your grind because I'll see you on your live. Doesn't matter whether it's 5 people, 20 people, 50 people. You're still doing your thing.
Keep that same energy.
Thank you, bro.
You're keeping the same energy. Because I've been up there where it's like 6 people, and then I've been up there where it's like 40 people, 20 people, 30 people, and you're still doing you.
Yeah.
Not giving a single
That's some
fuck.
good shit, bro.
Thank you.
It's like you're standing in front of a mirror like a little kid and you're still doing your thing.
Hey,
I'll fuck with that footage. Because when I heard, I was like, "Shit, man, this guy's got energy."
Yeah, hey, thank you, bro. You know what it is, though. I tell everybody, bro, if you got a business or you feel like you have a creative personality, and I say my little jokes, I be making people laugh in my life. What I say is tap into that little kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Remember when people say, when you be like, "Hey, mom, what if robots was alive?" Or you know what I'm saying? A dinosaur took over the world. Tap into that kid. Because your imagination will take you further than you ever thought, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
What is it, Nas? It's Nas. What is it, Nas saying? I'm capable of anything. My imagination can give me wings to fly like dogs over the streets and see many things.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You gotta dig into that imagination.
And that's what I do, bro. Exactly what you said, bro. Like that. So just to give people a tip, like I used to just like how I come up with choruses, bro. Like I used to be in the mirror. I only told my girl this story. I used to be
shit.
Shit. We live.
Corny shit.
Oh shit.
I used to be like shack attack, shack attack, you know what I mean? And so tapping in with shit like that, I was able to come up with funny choruses and shit like that when I got older. Because it was just the repetitive that made me remember what I remembered. So if a kid is saying "shack attack," just bobbing out just for those 2 little words, like it like gives me the motivation. Like let me tap back into that and just say some more shit similar to that and put it on a beat. And
you see how I saw that? Because when I said you look like a kid in front of a mirror, and then you'd actually used to do that.
Yeah,
fucking crazy, dog.
That's why I said that's why I had to share that story with you, bro, because that's how I do it.
That was a real statement.
The real statement, bro. You got to use your imagination, bro. Like when I thought about the radio station, my main thing was, okay, I'm a rapper, right? I know I may not be the dopest everybody wants to listen to, right? Mm-hmm. Like it's just like I don't have the network to build, like how everybody else. I don't know those ways. So I was like, well, I do have a history of talking to people, and people love talking to me. I have a great, personality. So I was like, okay, let me use what I'm good with. So in that
you gotta find your niche.
Yes.
Find your niche, you know what I'm saying? Find what people's draws to you. So you know what I'm saying? When people see you humble, you willing to support, you know what I'm saying? You willing to go ahead and like, man, take the back seat and play. Man, let me hear your shit. Nobody never really says that about an artist when you're an artist. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh man, he really wants to hear what I got going. Or, you know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man, this the house, man. Don't feel like an outsider, man. Come, let me hear your shit. That's why even when it comes to playing people music, even though I do have a paid service, bro, I don't want to feel like people without cannot participate.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, that's why I be like, man, $5 to skip the line. You know what I mean? I don't be like, oh, it's $20, it's $10. Some people just be like, here go 40, here go 20. You know what I'm saying? It's appreciated because they support the grind and the person I am. You know what I'm saying? It's just, like shit, I want to keep my phone on, and sometimes that shit helps me, you know what I'm saying, invest in a radio station or do other things with the radio station so that way it can be a bigger website or something like that. So I do this to invest my time to invest back to everybody else, man.
That's how you generate the cult following, basically.
Exactly.
Right? Not just any random people who follow you. This way people actually fuck with you as a person rather than your page is, I'm going to use that page to promote myself. No, they're going to be like, I'm going to use that page because I fuck with the guy. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. So like what, so that's my inspiration. So what inspires you to do what you do as a producer? Like, you know what I'm saying? Is it the artist? Is it the beats? Like, what is it like that just keeps you going to just be like, yo, I ain't giving this shit up. This is my passion. What is that?
Family, man.
Family?
Family. Okay. Family, the motivator. Obviously coming up from neighbors and I came from, I'd love to see my family succeeding at things. And sometimes it's not easy to do it. Do you know what I mean? I like to be the backbone of all of them. Yeah. I like to be able to get to a level where I'm able to support them. I'm not even doing this for me. So I'm doing this for them. I'm doing this for the people around me. That's my motivation. That's one thing that keeps me going. There's been times where I was like, oh shit, man, like this is getting really hard and I'm not going places I want to go. But I'm like, nah, man, you got your sister, you got your mom, you got your people around you. You've got to be able to support them fully. Because at the end of the day, they won't be able to work for the rest of their lives. But you will, right?
Right.
And work would speak for you. Even after long you're gone, your shit will still be able to generate, hopefully, right? That's my dream. That's my motivation. My motivation is to just provide for my family.
That's dope.
Be able to give back as well. Like I want to be able to get to a level where I'm able to give back to people.
Right.
People that don't have much. Do you know what I mean? Because you go online sometimes and you see photos of these kids trying to be musicians and trying to be this, but they don't have instruments, they don't have this, they don't have that. I like to be able to provide, get to a level, be like, yeah, call someone up. Yeah, you see that kid online? Go get him this, go get him that, go get him this, set him up fully, next one. That's my motivation. Because coming up, you realize, shit, I wish, because I was a kid and I was like, fuck, I wish I had a piano. Shit, I wish I had a guitar. Shit, I wish I had this. I wish I had a TV. I wish I had a PlayStation. That's not a good feeling. And a lot of people are going through that right now, right?
Right.
And be able to find those people and provide them with the equipment and provide them with means of following their dreams. That's my motivation. I'm not even motivated by myself. On one day, maybe making it into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but that's a different story.
Right, I feel that.
Making it into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a hip hop producer. Shit.
Listen, it will happen. Put in the work. Your motivation.
You put in the work. bro. You put the work into anything, anything is possible.
That's a fact.
Lay that brick day by day.
King Off, what do you do, bro?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Me, you know, I'm just out here in these streets. I just talk to people for a living.
Oh, yeah?
I just talk for a living.
That's shit.
I'm fucking with you. Not play with you. Nah, so I'm a journalist. So I'm a journalist for independent journalists. I've worked with TMZ. I've worked with Bleacher Report for a little bit. I do red carpet interviews. I do sit down interviews with people. My mantra is essentially to use my vernacular to shift society in a positive light. So I like to see past the artist, past the producer, past the entertainer, and show people this is who they are. This is who they are. Like, he's a producer, but he produces because he has a love for his family and he wants to give to those that didn't have it. You get what I mean? I like to help people find purpose through my interviews. I like to help people find the humanity in Justin Bieber, because I feel like when people find the humanity in Justin Bieber and also find the humanity in that street sound, then they realize that these two are not too different. And so that will hence make somebody want to chase their dreams, because they're like, okay, this person's a celebrity. They made it to this point, but they made it to this point because of hard work. So essentially, I'm a journalist using my voice to inspire people.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah, man, you gotta have a clean heart. I mean, you get a lot of people who make it and are evil. Yeah. But then that's the side, man. You gotta have a clean heart. You gotta have a clean motivation. And once you do, you will make it. It's just there's no doubt that you will make it. Hard work and be motivated always, man. Yes, I mean, I haven't made it yet, but I do believe that one day I will. Which is you will. Yeah, which is yeah. It's about having the motivation and not ever giving up at anything. Right? I try to be a producer. Man, I studied architecture, right? That's my past. I studied architecture. I worked in architecture. I studied architecture for 6 years. I'm not gonna say like a dumbass, but at the end of the day, when it was all finished, and then I was like, shit, music is my passion. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. It's that as well. It's that if doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter how late it is, if you find your niche, if you find your passion, you just gotta have to stick to it. Yeah. And if you work hard, you will eventually make it. There's no doubts about it. And if you don't, at least you tried. But
yeah, you don't want to be 80 saying, man, if I had that charisma, you know what I'm saying? When I was young, you know what I'm saying? I would have did it. And then not knowing. It's better than trying and not knowing that nowhere ever. You know what I'm saying? Like I always say, I've been on stage. I always could say I opened up with big celebrities. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
the day when I make it, I want to be like, oh shit, Planet Radio, what's up?
Hey, real shit, no.
Real rap.
Hey, that's the fact of it though. The fact of it though, I want when I make it, I want to reach back out to people that you know what I'm saying still is figuring it out, or like that I've connected with in the past. You know what I mean? That I really believe that we can work together, because it's like, all right, we got our own industry now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though the industry fuck with me, should I fuck with y'all? You know what I mean? Like, fuck it, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? It's not about like even though like for instance, you got people that do anime rap. You know what I mean? Like, not everybody like anime rap, but bro, I know some dope ass anime rappers. You see what I'm saying? It's a lane. I swear to God, it's some.
Yo, I never heard of anime rap.
Oh, bro, look at what's his name, bro? He get dope ass. His name is like D Bogus on Instagram. D Bangs. My bad. D Bangs. He's actually verified. He's verified on Instagram. He got 170 followers, bro. He always dropping music, and bro, like, you know what I'm saying, just to give you a little background, you know what I'm saying. He actually does. Hold on, yeah, he does. Like, you know. I met him through Kraig Smith, you know, the dude I do skits with. I met him through him, you know what I'm saying? He be on the show and shit just like that. But nah, it's a lane for everybody, bro. That's why when people say, yo, this is what I'm doing with my music, I'm telling this week, I'm like, it's different. You know what I mean?
That's the thing as well, because we got to help each other grow. I'm going to make sure you grow. Yeah. I mean, you're doing this for me, so I'll grow. Do you know what I mean? But the dream is to move to LA, though. I will move to LA. My music, because I think my music is based overseas. So in order for me to go further, I got to move.
Yeah,
bro. Look, and you can, because you already got a trader, which is architecture, bro. And for you, bro, it's gonna be easy for you to get out here in LA, bro. It's so many people I've met just by doing Lyft and Uber. I met King Kof in the Uber actually.
Yep.
In the Lyft.
We met on Uber, bro.
Me and him they grew up together. I don't know him for like 3 years, bro. I met him in the Lyft. I was his Lyft driver. And so I always hear about a lot of people like from Asia, everywhere, bro, coming, moving to California for architecture. So, bro, use that as a stepping stone. You know what I'm saying? And like that's what I say. Use what you got to get what you want. Not on the Players Club shit, but you know.
No. Yeah. No, when I do come over there, man, it will be for music, man. Fuck architecture. I've had it.
No. But I'm saying though, always use that. No, I understand that. But look, if you use your architecture to get out here though, that'll be like for certain bread. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you can move around. LA is a playground, bro. You can meet anybody in LA. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just use it to get out here. You know what I'm saying? Use it so that way you'll have a opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Don't just say, all right, I'm gonna get out here for music because it might actually take longer. But if you use it for, your like I'm telling Cove, if you use the shit for architecture, LA is everything else. You know what I'm saying? You could just come out here, just, you know what I'm saying, get your money. You already have your money in the bank. And then you could be an architecture, living how you want to live, and you could be out here networking with everybody, bro. So don't say fuck. You know what I'm saying? The trade gonna get you. The trade get you out here, bro, and then you can use your music as what's the name? Ain't no point in staying where you at and waiting to get to LA when you can get out here next month just by using your resume.
Yeah, and
wasn't Ice Cube studied architecture, man? Did you know that?
I didn't know
Ice Cube went to architecture school.
Damn, that's deep.
NWA went to architecture school.
But the funny thing is, this is the thing about the rap thing. You knowing that, right? I never even knew that, and I'm from it. The thing is, the hip hop game is so fucked up. They'll tell you to sell drugs and do that shit and tell their kids to go to school. You know what I'm saying? So imagine all the people we thought was dropouts had this song in their music. You know what I'm saying? Just relating to another person's story. They never told you that. They just told us that theirs. All the dropouts believed in their dream like that, and now it's gonna work for them. You know what I'm saying? Instead of talking about, go to school, then like the niggas never told you to follow the same trails as the NBA as rap. Niggas didn't tell you to go to school, then you get drafted to the rap game because you learn more words. You know what I'm saying? Imagine that if you had a rapper to tell you that. You know what I'm saying? So with that, like I grew up listening to Tupac. Who did you grow up listening to?
Nas.
Okay.
I grew up listening to Nas and Tupac.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I grew up listening to Illmatic, man. Illmatic and Tupac. That's my shit, man.
Yeah. Okay.
Man, growing up. I grew up in lyricism. That's why I was gonna talk to you two about it, just to hear your opinions. That's why I don't really fuck with today's music. I don't know whether I'm wrong. Do you know what I mean? I don't know whether you two might, but it's so difficult to connect with today's music if you ain't got bars.
Yeah.
Right. I was gonna say, once I heard that you listen to Dave East and the level that you listen to Dave East, I was like, yeah, only people that like real lyricism listen to Dave East. He's not like your most famous rapper in the game right now. He's known, but he's got that fabulous syndrome. I don't know if you remember, for the longest time that Fab was really known, but he wasn't like respected like that. That's the kind of syndrome he has. I would say today's music, I can't really get with all of it, but I don't hate it, because I even feel like we had 2 Live Crew, which was people that was rapping about like funny stuff, chill, like they was just fucking around the whole time when they was rapping. But then we also always had like our Jay-Z's and our Pacs and our Black Thoughts and our cats like that. So I feel like these younger dudes are just, they're breaking into new realms in their own way. We got a dude that I guess you can't call him a rapper, but Old Town Road, a black dude that's in country. We have Lil Uzi Vert that's in rock music. And it might not be my flavor, it might not be your steez, but at the same time, we got people of color that are letting us know that our music can break into other realms, just the way that a Bieber, just the way that an Eminem, just the way that all these other cats can break into our realm. So I got a respect for it in that sense. it might not be your steez. I don't think all music was meant to be everybody's steez. I just feel like you like what you like and you don't like what you don't like. You might like.
Oh, subjective. It's subjective facts.
Exactly. So that's
you just gotta find your own following.
Exactly.
Yeah, but at the same time, the sad part about it is there's a lot of people who do follow the music that's I don't know what word to use for it, man. That's stupid.
Like the Xannies and the lean and all that nonsense.
All them lows. Most of them lows are trash. The sad reality of it is that people fall for it, right? But at the same time, you got people like Tekashi coming out of prison and blowing like never before.
Yeah.
Right? Why are people still falling for this? That's one thing that pisses me off about today's music and today's fan base. Like, why are still people fucking with this?
Right.
I mean, people are judging me saying, "Oh, you snitched" or whatever. But if you get into that life, man, you gotta suffer the consequences.
Right.
And if you're not able to suffer the consequences, then don't get into that life.
Right.
And then people are still buying into it, which is what pisses me off. But hey,
I mean, it's because like speaking from, you got to realize people are thinking about it from that life that they understand. And Tekashi 6ix9ine's following was never about that life in reality. So of course
that's a fact
towards them because they not gangsters, nor have they been around that lifestyle. They don't understand that code. So they're just like, okay, they might for 5 minutes. We have a fickle society. So for 5 minutes, they're gonna be like, oh, he snitched. But he's making new music. I guess I could listen to one song and now they just back in like, and humanity and humans are always gonna find a way to say, oh, it's okay for me to listen to them because they weren't really about that strict code. So Tekashi 6ix9ine's gonna be
and you couldn't have said it any better. Like you could not have said it any better. It's the fans don't know. I never thought about that, man. Yeah. You could not have said it. Just because you know doesn't mean everybody else does.
Right.
I mean, I haven't been in a gang. I haven't been in that kind of a gang, but I've there's people been around me who have, and I've seen people, and I've seen it happen around me.
Right.
So I kind of know, right?
Yeah.
But if you haven't been in that environment, then you don't know. I never thought about that, man. That's deep.
Yeah.
I guess I can let it slide.
I mean, that don't mean you gotta listen to him, though.
Oh, fuck that, man. I ain't listening to shit.
Nah, I'm not fucking with it. What do y'all think? What do you think about? Did you see Nicki Minaj collab with him? Matter of fact, scratch that. Akon.
I unfollowed Nicki Minaj after that collab.
Wow.
Nicki Minaj on Instagram. I'm like, nah, Nicki, fuck that. You collabed with him before that shit, all right, but you can't collab with him again and expect to have your same followers. It's just, I'll fuck with Nicki. But like, nah, you can't. This Tekashi, why would you go again? This guy did this. This guy did that.
Right.
No, man. And he's going at what? Snoop and Meek. I'm like, no, man.
Yeah.
Picking a beef with Snoop. It's like, shit, man.
Yeah, I feel you.
I don't fuck with it.
Okay. I feel like, you know, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That should be funny as fuck to me, bro. I got different perspectives. Not saying that I like to do it either, but it's trolling and it's marketing is fantastic.
No, I get that. I get that. The clowning part is
like
it makes you laugh.
Like, it make it's like like I said, I don't care for him, but it's just like points where you be like, damn, that was a smart ass idea on how you market it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
made it work. He's making
learn from that. Not learn from like all his shit, but like, you know what I'm saying, marketing wise, like he went in a game, like I said, like rappers need to have another not persona, but another business. Nigga went in with videos. He was like, I know how to make videos, and I got some of the best videos in the game. So, like, you know, I know your dream is not to, collaborate with him, but who is your dream collaboration?
Holy shit, man. Artist wise, it's not much of a dream, but I'd love to be able to work with Dave East.
Oh, okay.
Dave East. I want to work with Dave East. And one day, I know that shit is never going to happen, but Jay-Z.
It's going to happen, man. It's
J.
going to
Cole
happen.
said, hey, you saw what he did to J. Cole?
Exactly.
Yeah, like, don't say never.
J. Cole is 1 in a million, man. So.
But look, he gave him a CD and he used it as a cup holster the first time. Second time, he said, he said, man, he was like, man, I was riding with Pac. I was like, fuck Jay-Z. And then I said, fuck him again. He said, fuck him again. And he ended up signing to Jay-Z. Like, so you never know, bro.
Yeah, man. Our dream collab is to be able to be in a studio. This is my dream scenario, right? Be able to be in a studio with Jay-Z and Dr. Dre.
Okay.
Just me, Jay-Z, and Dr. Dre in one studio room. Right. And then I'll be like, I think I fucking pass out, man.
But my question is, why can't that happen?
For one reason why I think it won't happen is because Jay-Z doesn't fuck with this sound. That's how I see it. The sound that I like, if you listen to Jay-Z's albums, I don't like. He's working with what's the guy's name that brought Kanye up, the producer? No ID.
No idea.
Oh yeah.
No idea. So that sound has been taken. He's been doing this with 25 years, 26 years to be able to get to that level to work with Jay-Z. You know what I mean? By the time I'm at that level, Jay-Z isn't rapping no more.
Nah, I feel like you could do it though, because Reasonable Doubt Jay-Z and 444 Jay-Z speaking about the same stuff, but very different sound. So why can't you do that? Why can't you got range too?
Yeah, man, that's pure motivation for me right there. That's all I need. Yeah. I think if anything, I'm gonna take away from this interview is that why can't you do it? Why not? Shit.
I was sitting in the kitchen with my shorty moms, whatever case it be, and she was just like, I was like, I can't wait to interview Barack Obama, and she was like, why can't you do that? I said, damn.
That's dope.
And then the next week I got to interview Tamika Mallory. I don't know if you know, she's like one of the head people in the Black activism, the whole thing. So these are valid questions that we got to ask ourselves. We separate ourselves from something because we see somebody as bigger than life, but in reality, we're bigger than life ourselves. So every time you think you can't, just ask yourself, why can't I? And really dissect why you think you can't, because all you got to do is meet No ID or meet somebody that knows No ID and meet somebody that knows Jay-Z, 6 degrees of separation, and then you get to there. Yeah. So all you got to do is start making beats like, oh, that's a Meek Mill's beat, that's a Jay-Z beat, that's a Dave East beat, and then you continue to network, you do your DJ show shit and network the hell out of this situation, and then you're going to get there to that 6 degrees of separation. And if you don't make a track with Jay, you're going to make a track with Chica. You get me? You're going to make a track with somebody around that. So, and then that's how you get your way up. You just work your way up and have fun with this shit. It's a game.
Bro, hey,
that's beautiful.
He's not lying. Look, Too Short is my favorite rapper, right? Who's El Mello?
Oh, that's my guy. Let him in.
All right, for sure.
So that's the guy who's working with me on these tracks. So me and him, we've got our sort of trying to set up a record label coming up together.
Oh,
that's my guy, El Mello.
Mello was good. I think he's still
Mello.
connected.
The 13 you heard is El Mello. Everything you heard is El Mello, apart from I Don't Hear You. So I wanted him to be a part of this because me and him are like, we coming up together. When we met a year ago through that studio session. If it wasn't for him, my sound wouldn't be on Spotify right now. If it wasn't for him, my sound wouldn't be on Apple right now, and I wouldn't be sort of here. So it was always difficult to find someone who's able to fuck with the sound. And the next thing you know, I meet him. He fucks with the sound and he fucks with the same sort of style of music that I do. And I introduce you, Mr. El Mello. He's going through this quarantine look, though.
Mello was good.
Yes. I got mine too.
Listen, we all
What's going on, man?
Hell yeah.
No trims. That's it.
Hell yeah.
He's building up that afro, though.
That's it. That's it.
At least you ain't got
it's a great time to do it, right?
Right.
That's it. It's the perfect time. The perfect time right now. That's it.
Hell yeah, man. I forgot what I was talking about. What was I saying?
You were saying you about to
say your rap is Too Short, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Back to what he was talking about. Like, for instance, Too Short, my favorite rapper, bro. And by me, like, being a fan of Too Short, right, and knowing who Too Short is, growing up to him with my dad playing this nigga while I was in my car seat, you know what I mean? Like, I created a radio station, right? And actually, Too Short art, like, and then King Kofi's there, he was a witness.
Yeah.
Like, today, like, you know what I'm saying? He went with me, like I was like, hey, bro, Too Short artist named DJ Upgrade hit me up talking about he wanted to do an interview. And mind you, he hit me a year prior. And now today, like, me and this nigga's like best friends and shit. You know what I mean? I got like, and so me, but long story short, he said, I told him, yeah, like I got Kof and me myself, we'll interview you. And I went up there, bro. And you know, DJ Vlad interviewed Too Short, right? Mm-hmm. Me and him interviewed Too Short. I mean, not Too Short. DJ Upgrade at Too Short Studio, the same place. Too Short got his interview with Vlad. You know what I mean? Shit. So now it's like me and Kof was at Too Short Studio, seeing Too Short, like, yo. And then he knows, Kof knows that's my favorite rapper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
that was a special moment.
A special moment, bro. Then out of that, bro, I actually developed having a friendship, like a real genuine friendship with his artists. You know what I'm saying? And like he does music just like us. So it wasn't even a rap that brought us together. He saw my grind and saw what I was doing off the damn internet, brought me in. And now me and him, they like 9 times out of 10, when we kicking it, we ain't even talking about music. You know what I mean? Or sometimes we are. So, and then it's just like every time we record, we have Too Short Studio.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like that's what I said, bro. You never know, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You might meet genuine people like that around, you know, what's the name, camp. And even though I'm around him, I'm not on Too Short bumper. Like, hey, you got to introduce me to Short.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm still like, bro, you my friend. I'm rocking with you before I rock with anybody. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not like, but at the same time, I'm still introducing him to my circle. Like, hey, bro, this is my boy Kof. This Kevin Kent. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not about, like, that's what I'm saying, that humbleness. I'm not about to use my friend for something, you know what I'm saying? I know he has in his pocket. Like, that's your blessing. You know what I mean? I'm gonna work over here. If you need me for anything, bro, I got your back.
It's a fact.
You know what I mean? Because your come up is our come up. My come up is our come up. You know what I'm saying? Like we might not say we're cool, but you my friend, bro. We're cool by nature. We brothers. Like let's move. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm not the type though, like block people blessings, and even by that, I was able to connect him and Kof. Kof worked for TMZ. You know what I'm saying? He's doing radio. You know what I'm saying? He's a journalist. So now he got Upgrade under his belt. People respect him. People seeing him in the studio like, hey, I seen you before. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like, you know, it's a blessing. So don't ever say you can't get a track with Jay-Z, bro. But trust me, we've been in places we never thought we'll be, bro. Just by talking.
Because Cam, this is shit we were talking about. I was asked, who's your dream collab? And I said, I want to be able to be in the studio and work with Jay-Z.
Yeah,
like,
serious.
It's hard to do.
Yeah.
So basically, what happens with Cam is sort of one thing that Joe just mentioned. My beats go through him first. Right? Everything I make goes through him.
I love it.
Because I make it, I send it to him. He fucks with it, he fucks with it. If he doesn't fuck with it, it goes into another folder that I can send to other people. That's the relationship I have with this guy.
That's it.
Right. I feel that.
Yeah, man.
So I got like 2 more questions for you, bro. You know what I'm saying? We had a dope ass interview. We still got to talk to you too, bro. But due to the time, you know what I'm saying? We've been in for like an hour or something like that, just vibing out. You know what I'm saying? We damn near.
It's been more than an hour.
Yeah,
more than an hour.
Look, I promised y'all an hour, bro. I'm the type, bro, if the conversation is great and everything is great, bro, I don't even be tripping. You know what I'm saying? Because we get to know each other more than just an interview or just a
exactly.
You know, it's just like, you know what I'm saying? We get to connect with y'all. Ask Kof, when I have my radio station, I have everybody in one big room before we do our radio show vibing out. You know what I'm saying?
We got tacos and everything.
Yeah, like I want people to know you, the way you think, you know what I'm saying? So even your people out, like where you at, bro, you could show these, because it's on YouTube right now live. So you can send this out, you know what I'm saying, to your people, and like, yo, check out my interview. You feel me? So like that, like I want people to see it, you know what I'm saying? So you could never be like, I never did an interview, you know what I'm saying? You know you got your interview, you know what I'm saying? It's proper. You dig what I'm saying? So let me ask you too, like what is the like you did tell me a lot about the music, you say you can't really connect with it. So like currently we really didn't touch on that topic, but what is your current state of hip hop? Like what do you think about the current state of hip hop right now?
All right, I'm gonna let Mello answer that one.
Yeah, that's cool. So what, we talking current state of hip hop in the UK or just globally right now?
General. Overall.
I think right now it's in a situation where the dynamic of hip hop is really changing. I feel like there's so many different elements and sounds, and even right now in like the UK, the way the hip hop scene is and the drill scene is coming forward, I think it's in a progressive state, like worldwide at the moment. Like there's a lot of different sounds. even from delivery, there was a certain time in hip hop where a lot of the delivery was the same. Now people are creating their own sort of styles, even offbeat rapping. I feel like certain people are making it even rapping offbeat now. So like the whole dynamic, the culture, everything's changing really. So I think it's in a progressive state, and it's just the perfect time to bring in new sounds, new elements to the game. I just feel like it's in a very good place. It's just in a transition period. That's how I feel right now.
I feel that.
The floodgates is open.
Yeah, literally. Like, there's so many different artists breaking through. Like transition, definitely. I think it's in the transition period, and it's just where it goes from there. Because it's like there's little break off points in hip hop right now. Like the drill scene at the moment is like a big break off scene, and then like over in America, it's coming. You got the guys like Fabio, obviously R.I.P. Pop Smoke. There's been a lot of different avenues and stuff that's coming off in hip hop now, and it's just amazing. Like, I think it's a good time. It's a good time, you know. Me and Street are linked up, so we're coming for it. Like, it's good, man. It's a good time, man.
Yeah, it's what you mentioned about anime rap. So that's another thing, right?
That's
what I mean. Did you know about anime rap?
Yep.
Yeah.
You know,
I didn't know about anime rap. I didn't know. I haven't even really know about that.
Yeah.
Apparently, we got anime rap.
Yeah.
I didn't even know about that.
Rap is everywhere.
It goes back to what you just said. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
literally.
Yeah,
there's so many different styles.
It's branching off. Yeah, it's branching off.
Literally.
And then on your live, we had people playing rock music.
Yeah.
I mean, rock music included in hip hop. I'm like, I've never heard anything like that before.
That's like, what's his name?
That's
Silicami.
So,
Lil Uzi, Silicami. There's a few of those guys. Even Playboy Carti crosses over a little bit into that sort of rock, sort of hip hop that they're going with now.
Yeah.
Transition period. That's a good way of putting it, man.
Yeah, it's literally in the transition period.
That's real. I agree.
And you got to be able to sort of find a way to have that transition and bring it your way.
Yeah, make it your own.
I'm gonna be one of these branches. I'm gonna be one of the ones that's saying, "Oh no, if it's transitioning, this is my sound. This is how I'm gonna do it."
That's it.
Which is exactly pretty much what we're doing here over in London, because with a UK accent, we haven't got this type of music in the UK with a UK accent. Because what we're doing sounds American, but with a UK accent.
Right.
If you listen to the shit that happens in the UK, you got grime, and then you got other shit that happens. But you don't hear our type of sound, which is American type, I'm going to quote unquote trap with a UK accent. You don't hear it. I mean, we being here, we know you don't hear it. So that's another way of transitioning, sort of translating that sort of music into our way of thinking.
Because I'll say, in America, you guys haven't really even hit the Afrobeat. Does the Afrobeat really hit over there at the moment? Like the Afrobeat sound?
It's growing. It's growing.
Yeah.
It's growing. It's growing. I'm a Ghana boy myself, man. So I'm very glad to see that shit grow. But it's like now you're hearing DJs play that at the parties regular. DJs that would never play Afrobeats are playing, you know, the top 20, the top 50 joints. But now with the integration of all of these artists doing the Afrobeats, you got Carrie Hilson on tracks of Afrobeat artists, with Stonebwoy, Carrie Hilson, Stonebwoy, stuff like that. It's getting there. It's getting there. It's getting there.
Right, most definitely.
Now, you guys are talking about transitions and next steps. So what's the next steps for you guys getting that trap sound, that's for mellow and street sound, into the UK and getting it to the next level?
That shit's hard to do. That shit's super hard to do in the UK, because when we play our music for a lot of people in the UK, they find it difficult to connect to it for some reason. I don't know why that is, but they find it difficult to find themselves in the music, because that's what music is, right? When you hear something, you got to be able to relate. But I don't know why they find it difficult to relate and put themselves in the shoes of the artist, which has been mellow rapping. They find it so difficult to put themselves in that position. I don't know why that is. So I think the next step for us is me and him. We kind of want to move, right? Like we've been talking about this for a minute now. Go move overseas, LA, Miami, or something, to take this sound, transition it from the UK, translate it into an American sound, and fully work over there. So that's kind of our way of our method of working. And I think
and on the production, I just think, even as myself as an artist, just literally just putting it out there, like, and you just got to constantly, we're just in a stage where we say take over, literally that's what we're working with. We're literally just going to keep progressing and keep putting it out there. And the energy, as long as you always come with the positive vibe and you're always pushing and progressing, I think that's when people are going to feel it. Because that's where people are going to say, okay, these guys have been going for a minute, I'm going to check in right now and I have to take this in. So I think we're at the stage now where obviously COVID slowed down a bit of things. We've got the plans to just keep pushing it and just once it translates and the people hear to it, then I just think from there it kicks off. So literally, it's just about progressing. As we said, we're gonna try go over the water, just come over the other side, and just push the sound as much as we can. Because it's a time right now. I feel like literally, as I said, it's a transition period. Like the floodgates are really opening right now, and especially with what's going on, especially with COVID and the music scene as well. I feel like a lot of people are really trying to find the sound and delve into something really deep and get working. And that's just what our plan is: just to keep going, progress, and never stop. And then hard work pays off.
Never, because we got this record label going on, and we've called a takeover.
Yeah,
which is pretty much what we want to do. Come in the music business and take over. Because one day you will hear our name. I mean, I know you're here. I mean, we're here now, but one day the whole sort of music industry will hear that name. Like that's the dream. That's the dream, to one day hear El Mellow and that street sound come together and create some kind of fucking magic.
That's it.
Yeah, man. Hopefully it will happen. That's the dream. The dream is to make it one day and be able to.
It will.
It will happen, man. The dream is to make. This dream is to be able to make it and provide for others and help others and always give back. Always.
Right.
That's it.
You gotta always give back, man. How successful you are, how much money you got. If you don't give back, it don't count.
It don't.
When I play people music on my live, even though I charge, I feel like that's kind of my way of giving back too. Like, you know what I mean? That's what I was like, I feel like even if you got a business, if you even selling cookies, fucking give out some cookies to the fucking kids. Like, you know what I mean? Do something, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't just keep taking, give back, bro. Give some of your time.
Gimme. What was it? Tupac, this whole world is gimme. Take.
Bro, I'm a fan of, imagine how much dope music I'll be missing out on if I just say, hey, if you want to hear your music, you got to pay me. Imagine how much, this is my passion to hear music.
Yeah.
So imagine, like, I'd have passed up so many great people and great friendships if it was just about money. You know what I mean? That's why I'm like, yo, I want to hear your music. And man, I'm so many fans of people in my life, man. So yeah, bro, I feel like that's dope. Always give back, bro, because it's always gonna work in your favor. Even if you're not even looking for it, if you give back, bro, it's gonna be natural force to, great karma comes back. Even if it's just in your heart, just do it. You know what I mean? So
yeah, man. So show's got my man's got a crazy energy, bro.
Yeah, I heard.
Mad on his lives.
Yeah. I heard, man.
That's it.
So that's the thing. That's why I thought you two would connect, because your energies are fucking mad. Both of
man, appreciate it. That's why I said, man, we probably gonna have to have a part 2 just for the.
That's a fact.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying. So, because we're about to end it real quick. You know what I'm saying? Just so we get more, like, bro. Like, I'm not the type, bro. Okay, you did your thing, bro. It's your interview. I'm the type, bro. I want to know more sometime. You know what I'm saying? Especially if we vibing, and then we didn't get to really meet him like that. So, bro, when we free, next time we free, we definitely gonna set up one, like, when y'all up or whatever. So
yeah, have
yeah, because it's not about music, is it? A lot of times it's just about just talking, man. Just talking about life.
Conversation, yeah.
That's it. Having a normal conversation.
Yeah, because and then we all artists, so it's like I can learn from y'all just like y'all can learn from me, vice versa. And I'm a humble dude. Like, y'all might know shit I don't.
That's a fact.
You make beats, I don't. But hell yeah, man. Before we get up out of here, let everybody know where they can find y'all on your platforms, your music, your Spotify's, and all of that other stuff, man.
All right, so if you on the streaming platforms, if you look for That Street Sound, your boy will pop up. On social networking, I'm only on Instagram. I'm not on Twitter because I'm not a Twitter type of person. So if you
Twitter.
I'm not a Twitter type of person, man. I'm not a talker.
Nah, but I'm telling you, that's where all the artists is, bro. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut your outro off, but I'm gonna tell you, bro. If you go on Twitter and you type in SoundCloud,
it's a huge
hashtag,
network.
You'll find everybody that in the last hour and it's gonna keep popping up, who got a hashtag with their new SoundCloud music, bro. And you can just reply, yo, this dope. You know what I'm saying? And you can just go ahead and, like, build reports with other artists, other people that network. You can put a hashtag in and see who just tweeted to get your engagement up. You know what I mean?
That's the next thing to do. That's the next thing to do. Join Twitter.
Yeah, join Twitter, because you can bring your traffic to your Instagram, where you really like to be on your platform. But yeah, I just wanted to give y'all that game, because that's where I met a lot of people off Twitter. And they met off Instagram. Like, while we going live and stuff, sometimes it may not seem like I'm tuned in because I'm doing like 3-4 things at once. But I'll be tuned in. I'll be on my Twitter telling more artists, hop in my live while y'all be listening to y'all music. That's how I be getting so big. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm doing the action, but I'm seeing who just posted their SoundCloud 3 seconds ago.
Yeah, that's big. That's big.
I'm just giving y'all some game. You feel me?
Yeah, that's game.
It's about
100%.
Yeah.
What it's about. Share the game.
But yeah, I just have to don't be discouraged on Twitter, man. Make y'all Twitter, bro. And but let everybody know where they can find y'all. Though, my bad. I just have to give you that game.
Nah, for sure. Go on Instagram. Just search That Street Sound. That's as it is. That Street Sound. One word. I will pop up. Spotify, Apple Music. That Street Sound. I will pop up. And that's me. Hopefully one day I'll be able, when we make it, we'll be able to say, yo, Planet Radio, what's up?
Hey, bro.
Word.
Right.
Massive you on Planet Radio. That's it, though.
Likewise.
That's it, man. That's it. Yeah, my socials is at the Mellow One. Instagram is the THE Mellow _1. That's my Instagram. And same with me. I'm not really social media at all. It's really street that put me onto social media.
Let me call him up. So Mello just made it onto Kurt Cobain's mixtape.
Yeah, mixtape.
Damn.
Congrats.
My new single,
my guy.
made it onto Kurt Cobain's mixtape. It's out right now. Astronaut Kids. Check that out on Spotify and Apple Music. Yeah, it's hosted by Kurt Cobain. It's myself and 24 other artists. There's 25 tracks. I'm track 21 with my single Smoke. So yeah, that's just out right now. You can check that on Apple, Spotify right now as well.
That's a blessing, man.
I'll put that out there before people miss it.
Yeah, don't miss that one. Make sure you guys go check out his music on Kurt Cobain's. Make sure you guys check out That Street Sound. Make sure you guys check out Mellow, man. This is UK to LA.
It's been a pleasure. This was beautiful. This was a good chat.
Great chat.
We talked about everything, man.
That ass though.
Hell yeah.
So, yo.
Hell yeah.
Mello, you should have been there, bro. We talked about racism, music.
Bro, I'm upset that I wasn't. My phone is broken. I've had to go to my dad's to get the phone quick. It's crazy.
We're gonna run it back.
I'm feeling the energy, man. I'm feeling the energy already. Like, so we definitely gotta run it back, man.
Yeah, thank you too for this. This was amazing.
For sure, man.
For sure, my guy.
You already know what it is, man. Go ahead. Do your outro, Kof.
Man, once again, royalty in the flesh, finesse at its best. I am King Kof. It's been a pleasure, man. Been a pleasure speaking to family from the other side and just realizing that there's no barriers that bind us. So let's continue to move forward and continue to level up.
Yo, what's good? Yo, this is be a boy, the Real DJ Show. We're right here, man. Planet Radio Station and the place to be, man. If you need any reaction videos, if you need, God damn. Now, what a reaction, huh? The wind is blowing out here in Southern California. But yeah, my name is DJ Show from Planet Radio. Submit your music to planetradiostation.com. You can also check out their music on planetradiostation.com as well. They got it in rotation. You dig me? Also, submit. I already said submit your music. We're going live. We're going to start going live every day. We go live Monday and Wednesdays for free artist music reviews too. So it costs absolutely no money, but if you do want to skip the line of support, Cash App is at The Real DJ Show. But anyways, man, it's The Real DJ Show, Planet Radio, man. You know what I mean? We out of here. Peace.
One love.
Peace, y'all. Bless.